Yeah, I think you guys heard me say this a lot with Loyal. Judge the performance, not the result. The problem is we need results now because we're at the point of the season we're in. So it hurts to not get anything out of the game, but there's so much that they're going to learn from feeling this, things they did well, things they didn't do well, and we're going to grow a lot from a game like this. Now, ideally, you do it when you win, but we, kind of gave away 2 sloppy goals, and that ended up hurting us. Angel City played really well. They were really hard to play against, and so I think Becky did a really good job. They did a good job and made it hard on us. But there was a lot of good moments. There's a lot to build on, but then a lot of moments that we felt and we suffered for. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you look a lot better as a coach when you have players like her on the field, right? And so she was limited, just fitness-wise, to 30 minutes today. Obviously, wish we could have had her on the field for 90, but she's special, and she changed the game significantly. So we're excited to get her fit. We're excited to get Nay back, get Jaden back, get Sav back, get Pearl here, and I think that will help us a lot. But I'm really proud of all these women. This was a really hard week for them, very hard week with 7 hours travel to Panama, playing in a hot, humid environment, 7 hours back, and then getting ready for this game midday. They did a great job. I'm really proud of them. Not significant, no. There's minor details, but the game's the game, and what I'm finding in this league in particular is that 1 or 2 playmakers make the difference on teams. It's a little bit, like MLS was early days, where if you had 1 or 2 playmakers, you can win games, and you saw that today between Claire and Alyssa. They kind of were all the difference today, right? They were both very, very good, and they made the difference. So we want to get away from being a team that relies on that, and so there's a process and a structure by which we will be much better in all parts of the game, but that takes a lot of time to build. And just by way of comparison, at Loyal, the first year it took, I think we were 14 games in, and we looked at each other and we're like, okay, we're there. The second year, because we had continuity, I think after 9 games, we said, okay, we're there. And then the third year, because of continuity from preseason, we were there. So it takes time. They are, I've said this many times, weeks and weeks and weeks ahead of where I thought they'd be, honestly. And so they need to continue to be brave. I think we were a little scared in the first half. Second half, they were more brave, and then they felt that they can do it. They felt that they can do it, and that's important. So, sure. I can't speak for other teams. This team has the best goalkeeper in the world and the best center back in the world. So that's clearly been an emphasis here. So that's a great starting point for me. We have a lot of capable players to be playmakers here. We're missing a few right now, but there's still plenty on the field to make a difference. And didn't happen tonight for long stretches. There were glimpses, but we'll get there.
Yes.
They're all tied together. So what happened today was when you get hurt a couple times behind, naturally the most powerful human emotion is fear. So I can tell them as much, show them as much as I want about how to be comfortable being uncomfortable in 1v1 moments for a few seconds in the back. But when you feel it and you get hurt a couple times, you revert back to old habits. So part of it is giving them the faith and belief that they can do it. And that's why the second half was great, because they felt, okay, if we do this, we can actually do it. But then there's so many parts of the game model that we still have to keep honing in on and helping them with. And so it's one thing to tell them one time, but over time, by training it, it becomes natural and becomes new habits. A great example today is the second goal with Alyssa Thompson. we train those moments with you. You're at the top of the box, understanding and knowing that she always wants to cut in on her right foot. There's only so much info I can give them this week that they can retain. So we said that to them yesterday. We showed them a little bit. But when you're in the moment, it's still difficult because you're not trained. It's not a habit. So she cuts in, she shoots, and it ends up in the net, right? And that's the difference in the game. So it takes time. This is a process, and it takes time. You can't just dump everything on them and expect that they're going to be able. They'll understand it intellectually, but to do it in a game when the stakes are high and when there's pressure, it's much harder. So that's why the training is so important. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I was really impressed with the crowd. Everyone was very welcoming. I'm, disappointed that I couldn't help lead them to a point or a win today, and that's frustrating for me. Same with the team. They deserved it after the week they've put in. They really did deserve it. So I'm frustrated with that. The balance I've been trying to strike is, do you just be really pragmatic right now and try to get a result, or do you try to start building the process? And I'm trying to figure out that line. I've never done it in the middle of a season, and honestly, it's just difficult for me to try to understand. Today, I probably got it wrong and should have just been a little more pragmatic early. So that's on me. That's my fault. But all I ask of them and expect of them is to take the information and try to implement it, and they did. And I have to give them credit for that. I'm still working out how do we make that, where's that pendulum between pragmatism and continuing to build so that in 4 weeks we're really good versus in 4 weeks we're kind of the same, but we got a few results. So hopefully we can do all of that. That's a good question. Again, I want to be respectful of what's happened and gone on in the past, because this is the same team that Casey led to the Shield last year, right? So actually yesterday I was walking in the hallway with Alex, and there was a picture of the team from last year. And I said, oh, how many of them are still here? And I think there were 11 gone from last year, according to her. She kind of counted them. So yes, they won the Shield, but there are quite a few gone, and there was quite a bit of turnover. The challenge for me so far has been in the first 2 games. It's kind of been whoever's fit is going to start, and so that there hasn't been tremendous competition yet, right? And so when that comes in, everybody trains better, plays better. There's really good competition. Mackenzie had to play as a defensive midfielder today, and that's not. God bless her, she just said, okay, I'll do whatever I can for the team. That's not a normal position for her. She ran so much today. She put so much effort in, and I'm really grateful for that. As we get new players in, new players fit, Nay and Jaden back, and some people healthy, then we'll have competition, and competition makes you better and better. So I think right now we have the players capable of doing it. It's just getting them fit, because a lot of them they're just not fit enough right now, and then getting them acclimated, and then some getting back from injury, and that'll eventually and there's more quality. Naomi's the best defender in the world, right? So that's going to make you significantly better tomorrow.